Hey!
Hey!
If you like this content, please subscribe,
You can leave a comment.
like it.
We're also on Anchor.
We're on Anchor. Both of our podcasts are on Anchor. So if you're on the go and you want to listen instead of having to watch YouTube, you can find us there.
It also works on Spotify as well.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks.
It's coffee break!
Welcome back, everybody.
Hello there. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm not drinking coffee, though.
Yeah, you're drinking Coke again.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I have a day-old Burger King coffee.
Yeah, I just noticed you drinking that. How is it? Doesn't look great.
Oh. Oh my god. Folgers is better than that.
It's like noon, so I didn't want coffee right now, which is why I opted for a soda.
Well, I haven't been feeling good lately.
Mm-hmm.
So. Okay. Well, first things up. Back to Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, we just watched that trailer.
Yeah, we waited all week to watch it, but
Yeah.
there's not much I can say. There wasn't much going on there.
It looked like a watered down Mandalorian.
Okay.
Like the idea is kind of similar, but it's missing that charm. Instead, is focusing
Talking
on
about Baby Yoda charm?
yeah, the charm of like that cowboy-esque man taking care of something that needs to be defended kind of concept. And now it's just like, hey, we're taking over the seedy underbelly of Tatooine or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, because he's taking the throne of Jabba because he was killed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it would take him that long to do that.
I don't know why he would want to.
Yeah, that's a weird thing, huh?
Like, most bounty hunters don't sit there and go, one of these days, I'll be the one calling the shots.
I don't know. He's such a beloved character. A lot of you guys love him. I've already stated my opinion on this character.
I don't know. This trailer did literally nothing to entice me.
It looks like Star Wars.
That spider thing in the very beginning of it, the little animated spider thing,
Kind of cool.
Looked bad.
Well, yeah, it was kind of choppy
Like,
the way it's moving.
Like, at first I was like, is this the right trailer? Are we watching some, like, Tim Burton CG Coraline-esque?
Tim Burton didn't do Coraline.
Whatever. It's...
Oh my god. I've made this argument so many times.
Well, it's not like
It's not even an argument, it's a debate.
It doesn't have to be an argument. I'm just saying, like, something like that kind of animation style.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was weird.
I really hope that notification didn't make a noise in this podcast.
Should you turn your phone off?
Well, no, it's also connected to the Mac. Remember, all my Apple stuff's connected to each other.
Thanks, Apple. Always just being a little more irritating.
It's actually really useful to have just Apple things.
I can't imagine, because, like, I had my phone charging in the other room one day, and I thought about how your computer does that. And I'm like, if someone texts me, then I would know, and it wouldn't matter that my phone's in the other room. But whatever.
We live in a day and age where that's unacceptable.
What do you mean?
No, you're always around electronic devices, unless you're out in the wilderness.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay.
It's so weird, because I was thinking, like, I saw a thing, like, yesterday talking about how these electronic devices are necessities now.
Yeah.
And, like, a lot of, like, old people are like, if you just cut out your luxury purchases, you would do better at saving up money. It's like, these aren't luxuries anymore. These are necessities.
They call them luxuries?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, not everyone likes avocado toast either.
Your phone's a luxury.
Do you remember that argument? We can't buy houses because we have avocado toast?
Yeah.
Avocados are almost as precious as gold at this point.
Have you seen that thing? Like, it's like, yeah, I wake up in the morning, I spend like $4 on coffee, another $3 on lunch, $2,000 on student debt, $2,000 on rent. Yes, I see. The problem is my lunch. There was $3 on that toast was just too expensive. That's where I can't get my money.
Oh, the student debt's gonna destroy something.
I gave up on it.
It's gonna be erased at some point.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Honestly, they're gonna be like, we're just gonna stop handing out money.
And there's always that argument of, well, it's not fair for the people who did pay off their student debt. And it's like, that's not my problem. That's their problem.
Yeah, suckers. So I will watch Boba Fett. I wish there was a more gripping trailer. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter to me whether he wins or not.
Yeah.
I thought we were done with Tatooine.
I would have liked to see more of the character rather than random useless action shots.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, was it implied that he chopped that dude's head off?
I don't know.
But I was like, we used to show that stuff. I mean, we saw Thanos get his head chopped off.
Yeah. Maybe they don't want to spoil it in trailers. Nah.
And then, like, this evil spider thing crawls out of his spine.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It was Dead Space all along.
God, I miss Dead Space. I'm glad they're remaking that one. Yeah, and then the other trailer that was interesting was Morbius.
Yeah.
How much do you know about him?
Nothing. Because I watched this and I'm like, wait, is he a vampire?
Yes, he is.
He's Batman, but more actually Batman.
Okay.
Like that's...
He's not Batman.
I mean, that's what I was like.
No, he's a vampire.
Yeah, that's a Batman. You could call a vampire a Batman.
I see the jokes you're making, and I do not appreciate them.
Am I wrong?
Oh my god, stop. Jared Leto's a strange casting choice. I think one of the biggest issues I have with Jared Leto is sometimes he gets way too into it.
He's a little too into it. I think this character might be reserved enough where his into itness might not be a hindrance on the movie or his performance.
No, I mean, there's not... Morbius was never truly that popular. Mm-hmm. And this is not how I would introduce this character.
It is a weird choice.
Did you see the Spider-Man animated series? When we were kids, the 90s one?
Which one?
It's the one with Sam Riegel?
Yes, that was the one I watched.
Okay, that one's classic. Anyways, there's a moment where we get introduced to not only Morbius, but someone hunting Morbius, Blade. Because he's a vampire hunter.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
And they're running around in New York at night, and Spidey just happens to come across both of them.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Really, it's just Spidey working with Blade to hunt down Morbius.
Is Morbius a bad guy?
Sometimes.
Oh.
Most of the time he is.
One of those.
Yeah, he's going to eat you.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I believe that was Vulture at the end of the...
Yes, that was Michael Keaton's Vulture.
I could tell it was Michael Keaton, but I was uncertain if he was going to be the Vulture again.
Yeah, no, that's why they're doing this crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Venom or other characters will show up, but I really would have done it with Blade.
I see they're trying to do this. I guess Spider-Verse is the best way to put it.
It has its own name. It's like the Spider-Man Sony Collection universe. It's so dumb.
Bad.
Oh no, it's like even dumber than that. I can't remember it.
Ugh. I see what they're trying to do because Marvel doesn't technically have Spider-Man for much longer.
No, apparently there's only like 2 more films he's gonna be in.
Yeah.
And that's just a rumor. The contract actually ran up at the end of No Way Home.
I guess we'll find out. I don't know. It looked more interesting than Boba Fett. I'll say that.
Okay. Cool. God. I hope it's good.
I would rather be wrong and it be good. That's always the thing. If I sit here and go, it looks boring, I would much rather be wrong and have it actually be good.
Both of these characters, Morbius and Boba Fett, you know what they need? Some strong violence.
Yes. And I think maybe, well, no, I don't know. I don't know if either of these companies would be willing to push the limit.
Yeah.
Venom hasn't even surpassed PG-13.
That was so dumb of them.
That really was the biggest deterrence for not wanting to watch the second movie.
It wasn't
PG-13 again.
I watched Venom in the theaters when it came out, and I was like, yeah, it's a decent movie. And then I put it in the PlayStation, and I couldn't even finish it. It was so bad.
I remember I was there for that, and you fell asleep.
Yeah.
I wanted to fall asleep.
Yeah, just get away from this. Please let me get away from this. But yeah, I think violence would help them out.
Mm-hmm.
The director of Boba Fett, or I think he's the showrunner, is Rodriguez.
Oh, he's cool. He did Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yes.
Yeah. He is cool. I have faith in him. He has a really cool style.
His first movie was El Mariachi.
Never watched it. Heard about it.
Okay, well, he had like $1,000 budget or something really small.
Yeah.
And so he went to Mexico to film it, and he was able to get a nobody actor, Antonio Banderas, and he just pretty much got the whole town to work with him. And so everyone in there is part of the town.
Nice.
Except for a few of the main characters, like Danny Trejo, who also was cheap at that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's also known for these very violent films.
Yeah,
He did Sin City.
I guess, yeah. I think it's it's gonna be depending on your age range. At a certain point in time, when you hear about him, you're gonna think either Sin City or you're gonna think Shark Boy and Lava Girl, because or Spy Kids. Those were his big ones.
And also Antonio Banderas and Danny Trejo come back, yeah, because they're all friends.
That's fun. That's fun. I don't know.
So here's a weird shock that shocked everyone. I can't understand this, but Chris Pratt, again.
Yes.
As Garfield this time.
What? I
don't see it.
Not only a combo I never would have guessed, but Garfield again. Why are we still trying to trudge up Garfield?
I don't know.
I think it was because that one Charlie Brown movie did good. Like,
there was a Charlie Brown movie?
Like 2 or 3 years ago. It was animated.
I don't know about that.
And like after it did fine. Apparently it was fine. I don't know. They keep trying to like do old comics as movies. Yeah. And I don't see why, because no one even I would read them.
How come no one's touched Calvin and Hobbes?
That was what I was thinking. I want Calvin and Hobbes. Let's go with a really...
Because they go on wacky adventures.
Wacky way of doing Calvin. If you don't know any better, you wouldn't realize that tiger's not actually there.
He is. It's all part of his imagination.
Exactly, yeah. Let's play around with that.
Yeah. So Mario was weird. I don't see that working.
Nah.
And then right off the bat, we get Garfield.
The only thing I could picture, his voice for the older brother in Onward is the closest I could think of fitting the vocal range Garfield would have.
If you didn't know that was Chris Pratt, you wouldn't even have realized it.
Probably, yeah.
He also plays Emmett in the Lego Movie and 2, which he's fine, but Emmett's not the best part. It's Will Arnett.
It's true. I don't know. I just not even anything for Chris Pratt's performance. I just don't think Garfield's that interesting.
What kind of deal did he make?
Right.
What sacrifice did he do?
What deal with the devil did he make to get into all these movies all at once?
He's not even the strongest character in the Guardians. That's Drax.
True. Yeah.
You could also argue Groot.
Or Rocket. Honestly, of all of them, Quill is probably the most boring.
Yeah. I know, and that whole second movie's all about him, too.
Yeah. All my favorite parts is whenever Mantis is on screen.
That's a fun one.
I don't know what you could do with a Garfield movie. They had 2 Garfield movies already with Bill Murray.
And they're so bad, he publicly speaks about how bad they are.
And it's just a lot of nothing. Garfield isn't even a character you can attempt to base a plot thread on, because it's just a cat, but you can hear its thoughts. That's the point. It likes sleeping, doesn't like dogs, likes lasagna because that was wacky, I guess.
He's also very sarcastic. Sorry.
Yeah, cynical.
Yeah, cynical is what I was really thinking.
He's not very likable.
He's also mean to that dog.
Odie, yeah.
Yeah, he's really rude to that dog. Speaking of Mario, Seth Rogen was announced to play the voice of Donkey Kong, and now there's a rumor that they're going to do a spin-off of just Donkey Kong.
See, I get that. Not only do I think Seth Rogen sounds like a really good casting choice for Donkey Kong, but there's a whole Kong universe you could play around with. Get Diddy up in here, Dixie, Candy, Cranky,
King
everyone's favorite Funky Kong. Hell yes. Granny Kong.
A lot of them are going to be in the Mario movie.
Oh, they will?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So maybe that's what they're thinking. There's enough source material there.
There was also a whole animated TV show for Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that's an old one.
That one was weird. That one was I don't think it was good.
I don't think many people thought it was good. It's sitting right there next to the animated Legend of Zelda.
Ooh, excuse me,
And
princess.
the last, and I thought the only time we'd do Mario.
Super Mario Brothers Super Show. I had them on VHS. That's how I know these things. I had like 3 episodes of each on VHS.
Wow.
Yeah.
God. If you don't know what a VHS is. Just kidding. I they're still so foreign to me now. What? And I grew up with them too. VHSs? Just using VHSs.
They are weird. Like, I never really fully understood everything the VHS was capable. Like, I know you could film over a VHS.
Yeah.
But I...
Okay. Boondock Saints 3 is apparently happening.
Yeah.
Everyone's coming back. The sequel... okay, first of all, the first one...
Great.
Every St. Patrick's Day.
We watch it. It's fantastic.
I love it.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Amazing cast.
William Dafoe kills it.
Fantastic. All the way through. If you want to see baby... what's his name? Daryl from The Walking Dead.
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus as a little baby boy doing like his first thing ever.
Yep.
Boondock Saints is fantastic. He's still really good in it too.
It's a pretty violent film though. They're vigilantes that are called upon by God, and they just go out and kill Russian mafias.
Yeah, they save the day. They're heroes.
Oh, no, they're not heroes.
Heroes.
That ending
with
is
some pretty big quotations.
Do you remember what they do at the end of that?
I do.
Yeah, that was that's an obstruction of justice right there.
My favorite part about hearing that this movie is the other guy, the other brother, the older brother, that actor. I don't remember his name.
Patrick. Yeah, he's in Saw the Final Chapter, which we mentioned last week.
He's gonna be in it, and I think he's a good actor, and I'm excited to see him doing more.
Yeah, he doesn't do much. I don't think it's because he's a good actor.
You don't think he's a good actor?
Nah.
I thought he was great.
He's got niche roles here and there, but
I like him.
Okay.
I don't know who wants this movie though.
I don't. The second one. So I love the first one, but the second one is so bad.
I never watched it.
That you notice it's not on my shelf?
Yeah. We don't watch the second one every year on St. Patrick's Day.
No, I don't even talk about it unless it's a negative light.
I think there's this bad thing with Hollywood where they'll be like, this movie's a classic. Everyone loves this movie. Now, 30 years later, what if there was a sequel?
Well, they wanted to do a sequel, right? Troy Duffy is the writer and director and creator. Mm-hmm. And Troy had this script written out, and he gave it to the two guys. And they both passed on it because what was happening was mass shootings.
Ooh.
Which the Boondock Saints actually do commit mass shootings.
They do. They do. Like, it was the era.
Yeah, and it works during that time. It's still fun. Mm-hmm. But if taken in the wrong context today, it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
And so they turned it down, but now they're like, oh yeah, it's cool to do it now. Yeah. And I'm like, shootings are still happening.
But now they're like, you know, people shoot things all the time in movies and stuff.
Okay. Yes, there's a lot of gun violence, and we will get to that later.
Oh, yeah. Didn't even think about that.
Well, I mean, you know what? We could just skip straight ahead to it. So, Rust. I've been updating us on it. Here's an interesting thing. In response to the tragedy, California legislation will draft and propose a new bill for filmmakers to ban the use of firearms capable of shooting live ammunition on any set within the state.
Woo!
Now, on the set of Rust, authorities have found 500 rounds. Mm-hmm. Some blanks. Some were crimped, which means the bullet won't go. Yeah. Which still, like, why do you have a bullet?
Exactly. It's like...
The bullet is the very tip of it, if you needed to know.
The rest of the canister is just the...
It's a casing.
Yeah, it's the thing that makes it go.
Well, inside that is the gunpowder, and then on the back of it is a little round button, and that's... it's the igniter. Yes. And so your hammer, when you cock it back and it pushes forward, it smacks that igniter, and the gunpowder ignites.
It pushes the bullet forward.
And
it's a very intricate but smart creation.
Yeah, well, they've been working on it for hundreds of years.
Yes. Anyway, the important part is none of that should be on a set.
None
one
at
of
all.
Those components.
First of all, a gun that could potentially shoot a live round should never be on a set.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Like not even the thing with ammunition, like having like blanks or dummy rounds or live ammo, this that and the other thing. I think right from the get-go, the gun should not be capable of igniting these things in the first place.
no.
Like that, when the ammo is apparently so much of a wild card, the gun should negate it all right from the get-go.
Yeah. In fact, that barrel shouldn't even be hollow.
Mm-hmm.
You were telling me that The Rock, Dwayne Johnson,
Yeah.
has stated that he'll never use actual guns.
He said, and with his production company, I don't remember what it's called, he's going to refuse using guns ever again, and he will instead just opt for rubber. And he's like, we have the cameras, we have computers, we can do all the other stuff in After Effects. The thing I really appreciated was he was like, I don't care if it's more expensive, I think it's important that everyone starts to follow this lead, because then this won't happen again.
You know what I see is that we're starting to teeter back on that edge of the Second Amendment, and those arguments are going to start up again if we're not careful here.
Yeah, well, it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous, and it's really sad that it takes a law to be passed. And so, yeah, it's starting here in California, but it'll eventually make its way to New York. New York will follow suit because they love doing their cop dramas and their gangster films.
Yep.
We're going to get into New Mexico because they do all the Westerns, and that's where this happened. They're going to knock that stuff off.
And eventually just
Chicago.
Sweep across all production companies, hopefully.
Yeah, and I could see Canada following suit too.
The thing that upsets me is that someone had to die before we finally started taking it this seriously.
Yeah, it's seriously sad and frustrating.
It's a thing, like, whenever you see a really weird warning on a label, like, if you work in, like, a store with a compactor in the back, they always have that sign on the side. It's like, do not go inside of the compactor.
Oh, no.
At any point in time. And you sit there and go, that should be obvious. But they have to have those signs on there because it did happen at some point in time.
A lot of them won't work unless you close that cage.
Yeah. And if you work somewhere and it does work if the cage is open, that's a little sketchy.
Yeah, the compactor, getting a little off topic here, the compactor at Safeway, it works. It's fine. It wasn't too scary. The one at Bash's was the same. But the one at Michael's was terrifying.
Apparently, something happened to it. It caught fire or something.
It caught fire?
I think that was something. Someone, I'm going to choose to keep them anonymous. Someone said that it caught fire and it was filled with smoke. And customers were complaining, it smells so smoky in here. Yeah, the building's on fucking fire.
You would have to step off. You remember, it's like a step ladder to get up into it.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of put your body into it to push the boxes in.
They had this janky stick. It might have been a broom, a broom handle where you can push it down because there's a weird hill.
Yeah.
So you could push it deeper in.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
There was one time where I was working somewhere, and I walked up with my boxes to put in the compactor, and I was always pissed because no one ever actually compacted their boxes.
Oh, no.
They would just put the whole things in there and wait for someone else to come and do it for them.
Yep.
But I walked...
Managers.
Yeah.
I know who you are.
But I walked up and I look in and I'm like, that doesn't look good. And I walked up to somebody who was a manager and I was like, hey, there's glass jars in the compactor? And he was like, well, that's not supposed to happen.
No.
That will explode.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
That happened at Michael's too, and I was like, who's putting glass in these things?
It's for cardboard, guys.
That's it. Yeah, so, sorry for getting off topic there. Now, the armor on the set of Rust, her attorney, Gutierrez Reed's attorney, had made quite a weird accusation claiming that this live round being on set could be an act of sabotage.
I don't think anybody could be so heartless as to actually try to sabotage a set.
Yeah.
And putting live ammunition in. Sabotaging a set is swapping out all their coffee for decaf.
Oh, I would kill you. I would kill you so fast.
Things like that. Not, hey, someone might actually die. That sounds like a funny prank, huh?
People die on movie sets all the time. It's actually a very common thing. It's just not common for gunshots to be the problem. Usually it's involving dangerous stunts.
Yeah, usually falling. Lots of stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember it was like season 3 or 4 of The Walking Dead. They had a stunt actor up on the top scaffolding. I think they were playing a zombie or something, and Rick was supposed to hit them and knock them off. And when they were doing the practice work, right?
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh
my God.
What is that?
It's not only blocking, it's
What is it called?
rehearsals.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's been a long week.
Oh, it's still not over. Anyways, he fell on his neck and died.
Yeah. Like, things can just happen. And it could be, like, the most... Like, you can put in all the safety precautions and still something will just happen.
Yeah. It's scary.
Even just, like, regular accidents. Like, I remember there was an episode of Mythbusters where they were, like, testing something about sliding down a wall with windows. And I don't remember exactly what the thing was, but one of the younger guys who was on the B team, he was up there, and he had all his harnesses on and everything, and he started sliding, and then something happened, and he just, shattered his knee on one of the, ledges for the window.
Oh.
And he's like, I definitely broke my knee.
Oh, God.
So all those precautions, all that protection, and still just something can happen. You never know.
God. Oh.
Yeah.
They put themselves in the fire, though. That's kind of the point of that show.
They stand next to explosions.
Well, they also go out in the middle of the desert to set those things off.
Mm-hmm.
I know they use heavy artillery sometimes.
I think in the early seasons, more accidents happened.
Yeah.
Just because they didn't fully understand what they were... because they knew what they were doing, but they didn't expect it... the unpredictability. Like, I think of one where they were exploding Jawbreakers. And they were superheating it. To see what would happen, and it exploded, but in a weird direction. Had some guards for them,
but it still found a way out.
It went in a weird direction they weren't expecting, and it hit one of their camera women on her jaw. Did
it break her? Did a jawbreaker break a jaw?
It didn't break her, but it cut her and gave her a burn.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Elden Ring. Oh my God, you didn't watch that.
I watched it later, afterwards.
Oh, you did actually.
I watched it last night, actually.
You did?
Yeah.
What did you think?
It looks really pretty.
Oh, it's so cool. I love the monsters.
I'm not so sure. Because, I can't play those. I'm bad at games like that.
I know, me too.
I'm it's so pretty, and I'm not going to be able to see any of it.
Yeah, I'm struggling to play Sekiro right now, but, it does look really pretty. I love that your horse can just jump that high.
I really like the map, and it just keeps going and going and going.
It's huge.
It looks really cool. I see why everyone's so excited for it.
Yeah, I definitely want to pick that one up. It doesn't come out till February next year, so we still have time, but if you haven't seen the gameplay, you gotta check that out. And of course, sadly, it will play exactly like a Souls game.
Yeah. What was the one? I think it was Dark Souls. I think it was the original Dark Souls. It was free 1 year with the PlayStation, and I was trying to play it, and I couldn't get past the first village.
Yeah.
You know that one with the pig, those little demon pigs, or if you get close to them, they just chase you.
I didn't play 1 that much. I've never played 3. Never played Bloodborne. I got halfway through 2 and gave up.
I like turn-based RPGs. I like it if I'm losing. I can just grind against slimes for forever.
Those games can be so stressful when you're just constantly dying because you're doing the wrong thing. You're not hitting the hitboxes right.
But I do understand, because I do get that idea every night. I want that extra step of difficulty, of challenge.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna hold your hand.
Oh God,
no. I'm really excited for this. And it's written by George R.R. Martin.
Yeah, the guy who did Game of Thrones.
Yep.
So I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
Sorry, there's a joke in there. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. So I'll continue to update as we get closer to it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll show us more.
Only a few short months away.
It is. Hey, Christmas and Thanksgiving are right around the corner.
It's crazy. 2021 is almost over.
Yay!
What happened? What happened? I feel like it was just starting.
I can't wait for 2022 and 2023.
I am, yeah.
I think they're going to be much better years. Yeah, so Niantic will be shutting down the Harry Potter-inspired AR game, Wizards Unite, on January 31st, 2022.
Bummer.
No reason stated, but they did just release Pikmin.
No reason stated, because no one's playing it.
I know, right? Pikmin just came out. I love it.
You've been non-stop planting your flowers.
I kind of gave up on Pokemon Go just to plant flowers.
I mean, Pokemon Go has been so boring lately.
Yeah, they're not doing
Nothing's
anything
happening.
creative.
No new Pokemon.
But Pikmin, it encourages you to walk. This is what Pokemon Go was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that. And we just plant flowers. And I see other players are planting them, and they're planting flowers. So I get to plant my flowers next to theirs. And then the whole world is going to be covered in flowers, and it's going to be amazing.
Yes. It'll be great, guys.
And you get to grow your little Pikmin, and you get to bring them out, and you feed them nectar. And then they jump up, and they take the nectar from your hands. It's so cute.
I think it's important to note that neither of us have played an actual Pikmin game ever. So,
No.
even if you're not a fan of the franchise, you can still love this game.
It's simple.
Which
Just walk.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Look at cute little flower goblins as they run around and bring you lemons and stuff.
Now, one thing I want to point out about Wizards Unite, it was stated that since the game was released in 2018, 2019, I know. It seems like yesterday.
I feel like it was longer ago than that.
No, the pandemic really dragged on.
Damn.
But it's only made $40 million.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go, which has been out a little longer, has made $5.5 billion.
Yeah, so it's no wonder they shut down.
Why waste the server space? Why waste the production?
Mm-hmm.
Production costs on any of that? Just no. Come work on Pokemon Go or Pikmin.
Yeah.
And they're gonna make more with Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're gonna do next, but I'm really excited.
I think this Pikmin one has put them back in my good graces.
Yeah, I know.
That Harry Potter one was just not a good idea at all.
It's not fun to play. It felt more like a hassle than anything else. Now back to Blizzard. Yeah.
Yay, everyone's favorite, Blizzard.
Oh no! Apparently they are not in the good light, and it's getting worse. I didn't write it in here, but it was either yesterday or Thursday. They saw the single biggest drop in the past 6 years of the company.
Ooh.
And if you look at the market, because they're a publicly shared market, they're on the NASDAQ. Anyways, it starts out pretty strong and starts to dip down. That's when they started having these allegations. But it stayed leveled. And then that one day, boom, shot straight down.
Ooh.
I mean, it's a very abrupt shoot.
Oof. Whoops.
They also announced that Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 are delayed indefinitely.
Honestly, I'm going to say 2 games no one really wanted.
There's some people who want Diablo.
Just throw that one out there. I don't know, Diablo 3 was really disappointing, wasn't it? I've never played these games, but I just remember hearing people saying they were not happy with it.
God, 3 came out so long ago.
Yeah, it was 2012.
Yeah, I was still in community college.
I remember. Yeah, I remember watching Peanut Butter Gamer talking about it when that came out.
Who's that?
Exactly. I mean, I still watch Peanut Butter Gamer, but that was back when he was a baby. But no, Overwatch 2. Everyone's just it's just Overwatch 1, but with different skins.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Another big issue with this is they had co-leaders, co-CEOs, not CEOs, but
presidents?
Yeah. They wanted to do this new system, and one of them was a girl, Jen O'Neill. Jen O'Neill stepped up into that role in August.
Yeah.
She's now leaving.
So, how bad is it?
If it's so bad that your own people are leaving after just a few months.
August, September, October. 3 months?
Yeah.
Ah. Has she said anything?
Nope. It's kind of like when their lawyer who just left. Yeah. She didn't say anything. She was just like, I'm off to go do my own thing.
I wonder if they have to sign NDAs before they leave.
Probably. It's probably part of this corporate vibe.
Can't help but notice that they're both women who walked away.
Yeah.
Hem.
I think they're far from fixing their problems. But also, on the other side, Activision, which is part of the same company.
Yeah.
Because they're Activision Blizzard.
Yep.
Activision just dropped Vanguard.
Oh, yeah.
Call of Duty. Cannot find a single physical copy.
Yep.
I didn't want to buy it. I was looking for something else. But, yeah.
People love their COD. I mean, I don't.
I'm amazed people every year come back to buy the same shit.
I know. It's just the same shooty bang bang game, guys. I don't. It's not for me. And I guess, I know you could say, oh, well, Pokemon's the same every time, too. Except it's not. You go in different directions.
Yeah, you tell them what it is.
Yeah. Sometimes the Pokemon have different combos. Take that, motherfucker.
Sometimes they mega evolve and then we'll just ignore it despite the fans constantly telling you we want that back. But no, we'll do other stupid gimmick things.
Sometimes I'll decide to teach my Pokemon Surf, or I won't, and I'll teach a different Pokemon Surf.
Nice. Okay, I stated in one of the past episodes, there's so many of them and I give them so many weird names. This is actually the 10th episode.
This is number 10?
Yeah, this is number 10.
I
We
thought
did
this
it.
was number 9. Oh, balls.
9 was Halloween.
Wow.
Yeah. We did it.
Hooray!
We broke double digits.
We did it. Good job. Us.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's us high-fiving. I mentioned that Netflix wanted to make video games and they were testing it out over in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
They now brought it here to America, but only if you have an Android or a tablet. So no ISO.
iOS?
iOS. I have dyslexia. Leave me alone.
I do too sometimes, not gonna lie.
Is anyone playing these? Do you know anyone playing these?
I think Allison has Android. I can ask her about it.
Does she have Netflix?
No.
Yeah, then she can't. You need to have a Netflix subscription to actually play.
That's so dumb. I'm already... Why?
Well,
Why?
what is Netflix? It's a streaming platform. How do you think they're delivering the games to you? Yeah, you're streaming them. So, we'll see where that goes. I know they thought that this was the great next answer. I don't know.
If they want it to be, they have to do it different than that. That's not how it's going to have to work. Did we talk about Nintendo and their annual pass thing going on? Or did we just talk about that with each other, not on the podcast?
We talked about it last week.
About the numbers and stuff? About how expensive that is?
Yeah, we talked about that. How the price shoots up $30 a month.
That's just not good. Yeah, because I remember later we did the math and it's like $600 a year.
It's like $600 or $650, towards Nintendo. For games that have been out for years.
Or, because I only want like 2 or 3 of these games, I could just drop, if it was $60 each, like $120 and have them forever. Or I could pay $600 a year.
And that's the thing, you don't actually own those games.
Yeah.
So they can take them from you.
I think that's a really bad way of doing it.
Nintendo's not always Johnny on the spot. I was showing you that new graphic in which Nintendo was teasing they're making another console.
Yeah.
And basically what they said is it'll come out before 2100.
Okay.
That was kind of the joke.
Nice,
so it could be 2099 when we get a new one.
Cute.
Anyways, in the graphic, it shows the DS 2004, the Wii right next to it 2006, and then it skips all the way to the Switch. And I was like, wow, you're not even going to acknowledge the Wii U?
I got a Wii U.
I had one too.
That was disappointing.
Yeah, they're terrible. It should have been an add-on. It really should have been.
It should have been.
Now, speaking of game consoles, if you live in the UK, congrats. Sony is going to airlift a stockpile of PS5s to deliver to the UK so they can have it for Christmas.
Damn!
Which I was like, there you go.
That's a way to do it.
That's how a corporation's supposed to work.
Well done, PlayStation.
So if you don't have a PS5, you're missing out. I had to pay a scalper for mine. They were just so hard, and I didn't want to wait because I wanted to play Village. I'm doing those Let's Plays right now. I'm working on part 3. Had a little issue there. No, it was actually a pretty violent issue. That yesterday sucked, man.
Fridays.
Yeah. Despite having a really good week, I did not expect my Friday to go like that.
You know, sometimes life will just kick you in the ass, and you just gotta take an L for a day.
Yeah, well, I'm taking it today. No, I'm really excited that the PS5 is coming around.
That is nice, finally.
I did pay $1,000 for mine, by the way.
Yeah, I'd say worth it.
Well, I got an extra controller.
Yay!
That makes up for the $500 extra. No, I love her. She's a beauty. I had to get the disc drive because I want to play 4K.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to go pick up Zack Snyder's Justice League for all the bonus content.
Oh, yeah?
And sit there for like 12 hours watching
It'd be like 3 days worth of just bonus content.
But I'm a nerd like that, and I would love that. So Gary Bowser he's one of the owners of Executor, which was this software that Nintendo and other PCs were using. And through this software, they were able to hack user information. If you remember, Nintendo was having a huge issue with a hacker.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Nintendo teamed up with the FBI, and they hunted this guy down. They
found
him in the Bahamas.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, in the like how all the movies do. They were
No, they
hidden
found
somewhere
him,
in the
and he got
Caribbean.
he got extradited here to America so they can prosecute him. Which I was
Damn.
like, ooh.
You can't.
So you can make
ignore-
fun of Nintendo, but they will hunt you like a dog.
You can't ignore the irony that a guy named Bowser.
I know was the downfall of Nintendo.
For a second, I was like, Doug Bowser of Nintendo of America?
Yeah. So Gary and two other guys are in big trouble, but Gary's the big one that they're really after.
Damn.
They're going to charge him for $4.5 million in damages and 10 years of prison.
Damn.
The other two they didn't really talk about.
It's because their last names aren't Bowser. If their names were Ganondorf and...
I think it's because he ran,
Maybe.
which really pissed them off.
Well, he probably also has a history of doing this with, like, because you were talking about other PC systems. He's probably done this before.
He's
for
caused a lot
long
of
time.
issues.
Yeah. So take that, Bowser. Mario stopped you again.
Yep. Nintendo will shut down 2 of their offices. One's in the Bay Area, and the other one is in, like, Ontario.
Well, what do these offices actually do?
So these offices were holding, like, marketing and sales departments. Kind of big things.
I guess, but...
But, so, these people didn't get fired.
Yeah, they got, like, absorbed into different areas, right?
No, they're told they have to relocate, and some will go to BC and some will go to Washington, which I know they're just across from each other.
Yeah.
Whatever. But if you want to keep your job in Nintendo, you gotta move.
I mean, I think it'd be a good... I see it as an opportunity. A good excuse to explore new worlds.
Well, I'd be upset if I had to leave the Bay Area again. I'd be really upset. That's where I grew up, so it's kind of home to me.
I get... it's probably just too much to keep the offices open. Like, the buildings themselves, it sounds like.
Well, I was reading something interesting. Who was the president before the current one?
Which one? Japan or...
Japan.
Iwata.
When
Great man.
When the housing crisis of 2014 happened, they were like, hey, we got to lay off employees. And he was actually really pissed off that they even mentioned that.
Yeah.
He said, we're not going to get rid of our employees.
They take it really seriously.
They're actually a really good company. They just, marketing and sales are just kind of all over the place.
I guess there's a lot of different directions they take, because they do have a lot of... Like, the way they market Zelda is going to be different from how they market Kirby. And I guess there's a lot of effort and, like, science and stuff that goes into that. I don't necessarily know the technicals.
Well, they do a lot of research before they even decide to develop. I mean, look at Metroid Dread.
Like, they didn't decide what if Yoshi was Yarn, on a whim. There was, like, marketing things that went into leading to that decision.
Wasn't Kirby already Yarn?
Kirby was Yarn.
Yeah, so that's probably where they got the idea.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we could do that with this.
Kirby's been a lot of things, actually.
Yeah, I just think it's interesting that he's the main character of Ultimate, since the director and creator of Smash Bros. Is also the director and creator of Kirby.
That's it.
I'm just picking and choosing.
Oh, well, Kirby's a good one to start with, because he mimics, so it's a good one to, like, figure things out with.
Nepotism. Anyways. No, one of the biggest issues for why Nintendo is closing down those 2 offices is to consolidate, because the market is not doing well right now.
The housing market?
Well, just the world market.
Just everybody.
The world economy is kind of crashing.
Oops. Keep printing that money. Good thing we're still making pennies.
No one has pennies anymore, remember?
Yeah. Change is finally getting like pushed out of the systems. About time.
Yeah. I don't know what we're gonna do about that, but that'll be interesting.
Just you know those like little coin toy machines in the front of grocery stores where you put in your 2 quarters and you crank it and a little thing pops out and you open your capsule and it's like a sticker of like a sword looking dude.
Yeah.
Just 1 million of those and then collect all the coins and then melt them down.
And make guns!
No! America, no! Not again!
What do you mean? That's all we've ever done.
We could make like fences or benches.
Oh, you really want to go with this route, huh?
I was thinking of Animal Crossing.
We could make armored vehicles.
We could make...
We could fund the police.
We could... No! Not war! Art!
Killing's an art, man.
America, for once, stop!
Anyways, more Nintendo. I know Nintendo's been doing some stuff.
They're the only. That's the thing. You said it earlier. I don't think on a podcast, but you're just like nothing's happening in the world right now.
Not much can happen with supply shortages, and with the economy shrinking.
Also, this season, like this fall winter season, this is when everything we've been talking about all year finally drops. So no one's announcing anything new, really.
No, I think we're all still trying to recover.
No, that's another part.
I think next Christmas season. The 2022 Christmas season, it's going to be huge. We're going to see 2019 levels.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really expect the movie industry to catch back up. They're doing well now.
Yeah, they're figuring it out.
The Eternals.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it yet.
I know. We said we were going to go on a date night. We haven't done it yet. Tomorrow's date night.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to watch it. Well, not without football. Anyways, despite the fact that it's getting really bad reviews and being bombed, it's actually got the most pre-sale tickets of like 2021.
Yeah.
So people are coming out of their holes to go watch it.
You know what? I'm not even looking forward. I don't want like Lord of the Rings level grandness. I just want fun, flashy action. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious what this team is and why they weren't there during Endgame, which I'm sure they'll explain to us. Back to Nintendo. Nintendo has announced they'll slash the Switch productions by 20% because of the chip shortage, which is affecting car manufacturers. It's affecting PlayStation and Xbox computers.
On one hand, very big of you, Nintendo. That's really cool. I appreciate that they're willing to do that. On the other hand, everybody already owns a Switch.
We have 3.
Yeah.
I don't want the OLED either.
No.
It doesn't seem like it's worth it.
It super does not.
I mean, maybe for the landline. Sorry, when they announced that, I was like, okay, I don't care.
Maybe it makes more sense in Japan, like the way they have like their setups or something. I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe. Gal Gadot will play the evil queen in another live-action adaptation of Snow White.
Yeah, but yeah, we mentioned this last night to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this will actually be Disney. The others were not. And this is another Disney remake of a classic into a live action.
So is it gonna be like their Cinderella movie that came out?
Yep.
Or is it
Beauty
gonna
and the
be like
Beast.
Maleficent, where we focus on the bad guy?
I think really we're just gonna retell Snow White.
Okay, I'm down for it. Interesting. I think Gal Gadot is a great casting choice. Also, she could do it. She has those cheekbones. She could do it.
I'm not questioning whether she can do it or not. Does anyone like these live action remakes?
None of them have been very good. No one has praised them. I think at best, I think the Lion King one was the best, but that was also all animated.
The Lion King one is probably the worst.
I think it was the best.
Here's the thing. If you're going to do a shot-for-shot remake, you need to add all the scenes.
They didn't do a shot-for-shot remake.
Yeah, they did.
Just the opening.
Dude.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is the morning report.
No.
You need to put that in there.
Stop it. Shut up.
That's part of it. That's the director's
God.
cut. Oh my God. If you're going to leave that out, why even bother?
It's a terrible song. Don't you look at me like that. It was dumb.
I like the Morning Report, okay?
You're the only person on Earth.
I'm a hardcore fan of the original.
I know. It wasn't in the original.
I would say their most decent remake is Aladdin.
Aladdin, I did like Aladdin. I thought that was good.
Will Smith as Genie is, he's not bad. It's just a different take.
Controversial opinion, and I know this will piss off people. I think he's better than Robin Williams.
Get the fuck out. Oh my god, why would you even say that?
I appreciate Robin Williams. I like what he did. I thought he was great, but I think he over-relied on just referencing other things. And I appreciated that Will Smith's...
There's like 30 hours of voice recordings that they had to cut.
That doesn't make it better.
Some of them they had to cut because he was so vulgar.
That doesn't make it better. The Genie is not a character. The Genie is just a pop culture reference incarnate. In the live-action version, he actually got to be a character first. And then the jokes and stuff were just supplements to it.
I don't agree with you.
I know 99% of people won't agree with me. Maybe nobody. But I like Will Smith better. Sorry.
Okay, I don't care about these live-action remakes. I'm just wondering how much longer until we do Frozen. I know it's a musical.
It's just sooner or later.
I know it's an ice skating ring thing.
The only thing I can see coming like good out of this is making the bad ones better. Like a live-action remake of Brave, maybe that way it could actually be good.
Well, they're just focusing on Disney stuff. That's Pixar.
That's Disney Pixar. She's counted as a Disney princess when you look at the posters and whatever.
Sure, so is Princess Leia. I mean,
you're not wrong.
Who can play this game? I guess they make money, so I'm probably wrong here.
I would like to see something just creative with it. Something different.
do an original story.
Because we've also had live-action Snow Whites, with like 2 of them in the past.
Snow White and the Huntsman?
Oh,
my
fantastic.
god.
Fantastic.
I had to take my little brother and sister to the theaters to watch that.
Really?
Dude, I was even paid to do it.
Damn.
That's how bad it was.
That's so not worth it. You did not get paid enough.
When I got home, my dad was like, how was it? And I was like, you should have gone. Next time you're going. That's not me. I'm not doing that.
There was another one that came out that like right around that one too.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of them.
It's just, I don't know, do something creative. Be smart with it. Have fun with it. Don't do the same thing.
Yeah. Indiana Jones got hit with another snag.
It's never going to get made. It's never going to get made.
No, principal photography is over. Principal photography is the main story. They're doing second unit shots, which pick up shots.
What went wrong
location. What happened here is Nick Kupak, who was 54, was found dead in his hotel room in Morocco.
Oh! Ooh!
Now, Nick's job is to set up camera rigs, which is kind of important.
Yeah.
He's been in the industry for a long time. He worked on franchises like Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, and Star Wars, all which we've talked about. Well, I don't think we've ever talked about Jurassic Park.
I don't think so. Hasn't popped up.
We'll get there.
Sooner.
The new one's coming out.
They'll make another. We all know it.
No, it's just sad. We don't know why he died. It could have been something.
He was 54.
Yeah.
So
traveling that far.
It is old enough where it could have been something like a heart attack or something.
Yeah.
I don't want to automatically assume something went wrong.
Oh, I'm just glad no one got shot.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not really a joke either.
It's not, but like, it sucks. It sucks that is the standard right now.
That's the low bar, yeah. Yeah, okay. Hocus Pocus 2 got its official synopsis. It's been 29 years since someone lit the black flame candle and resurrected the 17th century sisters who were executed for practicing witchcraft, and they are looking for revenge. Now it's up to 3 high school students to figure out how to stop the ravenous witches from wreaking a new kind of havoc on Salem before midnight on Old Hallows Eve.
Well, how did they come back? Because they died at the end of the movie.
Do they?
Yeah, they turned to stone.
Oh, yeah, and then they explode.
Yeah. On their vacuums.
Well, if you remember, the book is still awake.
I guess.
And it's witchcraft, so, I mean, you can do anything there.
3 high schoolers, really?
I know, doesn't that sound familiar?
It's part of the charm of the first one was that one of their main characters was a little girl.
Yeah, Danny.
Yeah. And she was a fun, like, innocent edge to the story.
They're mostly just hunting Danny.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Because they eat children. They're not going to eat a teenager. They could, I guess, if they wanted.
didn't they try to eat, the main character? Why can't I remember his name?
Max.
Max, yeah.
Nice going, Max. What a 90s name.
Oh, yeah.
No one is named
Danny,
Max anymore.
Max,
Yeah.
and Madison.
Yeah.
And Thackeray Binks.
Yeah.
I really like the first one.
I do too.
I know Halloween's over. We tried to watch it again. I've seen it so many times.
I don't know. We were talking about Boondock Saints earlier in this podcast, and I was just thinking about this as well. Like,
It's been 29 years.
It's been so long. Why?
Dude, 29.
That's like, and the other thing is the Sanderson sisters, their actresses, they're all really old now.
They are.
Like, like, I can understand one last hurrah, but I hope it's good. I hope it's fun.
Me too.
But I don't expect it to have that edge that the original did.
So it will not have a theatrical release. It's going straight to Disney Plus next Halloween season. They're currently filming. I saw they built a set, this old like wooden town set for Old Salem.
Nice.
And we'll see the Sanderson sisters as children.
Aw.
Oh, and what was his name? Billy?
Billy?
Billy's that like Frankensteinish guy.
Oh, the boyfriend? Yeah.
Yeah.
Billy, yeah.
He's coming back too.
Well, that'll be fun, I suppose.
I think we're going to expand really on their past and what made them like this.
Okay, I have more. That's the only thing saving this movie for me is that I really like the first one and I really like witches. So maybe it'll be really fun.
My favorite character is Thackeray.
Yeah, I'm sure we could get... What's his name? Jason?
Yeah, Jason... I was going to say Mewes. That's not Jason Mewes.
He's a great voice actor. He still does stuff. He would still be able to be Thackeray.
Yeah, but...
But I don't want him in it.
Yeah, he went to heaven.
Yeah. I guess we could have... No, if they're going to be kids, Thackeray wouldn't be born yet, I imagine.
Maybe. Whatever. That would be funny. That would be kind of cute if we just get to see him for one shot.
It'd be cute if it was the actual actor as like a cameo.
Yeah.
Rather than being the character Thackeray.
He's kind of older too, though.
Yeah.
And he's put on some weight.
Who hasn't? Honestly.
So we were talking about the box office, and Dune is still number 1.
Woo!
I expect Dune to become 2 after this weekend. Just because of the Eternals.
Mm-hmm.
But it's holding strong. It made its money back. People are loving it.
And then some.
Yeah.
Lots of people really enjoyed it. It's a wacky one.
It is a wacky one, and I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
God, it was so awesome. So dropping in the theaters this weekend, this next upcoming week, because we already know Eternals came out.
Yeah.
If you remember last episode, I pushed it forward so that I'd be talking about this next upcoming week.
Yes.
We get Clifford the Big Red Dog.
A movie so blah, I forgot they were making this.
I never liked the books. I never liked the cartoon.
Again, it's like Garfield. Who cares? Why?
I guess they're still writing books?
This and it... I mean, that's not hard to do. Clifford, the big red dog. Clifford helps with construction. It's just him doing big things. Like, that's all... Watching the trailer, it reminds me of, like, early 2000s CG movies. CG live action, like Scooby-Doo.
He's way too red.
Or Garfield. He is really red.
Like, dark red.
Like, I get he's a big red dog.
You get it?
I would have preferred a regular dog red. Like, you can have dogs with red fur, but it's more like a brownish with, like, red highlights in it. More like orange.
That's not how I saw him.
I mean, yeah, sure. I'd rather he looked realistic than be blood red.
So, yeah, Clifford's the only thing coming out in theaters. So I expect the Eternals and Dune to continue to battle this off.
It's just Clifford?
There was nothing else. I was like, really? We get more stuff next week, but we'll talk about that when it comes.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
That's
I wrote
it.
that. There's no new interesting shows.
Nah.
There's a new show next week called The Wheels of Time.
Oh, is that the one you were telling me about?
Yeah.
I am excited for that.
I need to do more research because I never read the books. Apparently there's like 15 books.
Oh, right. You mentioned that. And I was like, that's like a lot.
Like, the author passed away, and they brought in his friend, and his friend was looking over his notes, and he's like, there's so much material here, we can write 3 books.
What's the age range for this?
Young adult.
Okay, cool. Like, I'm hoping for a cool Narnia-like vibe.
It's not going to be.
What's it?
So when they did the casting, they decided to go with Rosamund Pike. She's a really good actress. She's done a lot of things. Very serious, dark things.
Okay, alright.
But instead of casting a young little girl, they wanted a seasoned veteran actress.
Nice.
So
Cool.
it's going to be a lot darker.
Neat. Interesting.
Yeah, I need to learn more about it.
I'm excited.
The video games this week. Jurassic World Evolution 2.
See, I told you we'd talk about Jurassic Park sooner or later.
I really like Jurassic World Evolution. My biggest problem is I can't budget. So my park literally ran out of money. And
It was so funny. You just, like, one of your fences was destroyed and you had no money to fix it.
yeah, you remember this.
And we were just standing there watching as this, like, dumbass walked into your, like, Triceratops exhibit and then just fucking got mauled to death by the thing.
Yeah, it was horrible. I couldn't even save it. I was like, where am I going to get this money? Nobody can come to the park because now the T-Rex is walking around. So I can't get them. Oh, it was horrible.
Oh, that was a fun week with that game.
I do want to do a Let's Play on that one for Power On.
Nice.
Because I'm willing to bet I'll end up doing the same mistake.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon 5 is coming out.
Eh.
The Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy.
Oh, yeah. That, it looks worse. I don't think we ever mentioned this. It looks worse.
It does.
It does. Like, because they were doing that. They had, like, this trailer where they were showing the original gameplay footage, or, like, cutscenes, and then it, like, did a slide transition to their new cutscenes, and I'm like, they look worse. Their faces look worse.
Yeah.
How did you, like, the environments look great, but the people look like ass.
So, this is Rockstar, and everyone's complaining about this remake, and they're like, really? Why?
It's
Like,
so
why?
pointless.
Like, they're gonna bring Grand Theft Auto 5 to the PS5 and the new Xboxes.
Why? Just make the next one.
So, I just read this morning. I don't know what game it was, but they pumped $53 million into a game that never released.
Oh.
So, this is why this is damage control.
They're hemorrhaging. That's what it is. Damn.
So, the next game is Shin Megami Tensei?
Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Yes, just that.
Yes.
Which kind of looks interesting, but that's more your thing.
A lot of people are like, it's not Persona enough for me, and it's like, well, yeah, because it's not a Persona game. It's a Shin Megami Tensei game. They're different. Just because, like, they use the same monsters, like Jack Frost and Jack-O-Lantern, and, you know, your fairies and whatnot. But it's a different gameplay altogether.
Yeah, it looks like all you're doing is just killing monsters.
So it sounds like, because Persona 5 did really, like, top the charts in popularity, it sounds like a lot of people just didn't know the differences between them and wanted this to be Persona 5 again. And then now they're disappointed that it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched you play Persona 5. That music is so annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying. This is probably the worst part of every night, having to listen to that music.
It's very repetitive. I don't blame you.
Yeah. So that's the end of all the news.
Oh, there was one show that came out this week.
What?
Genlock.
Oh, Genlock.
Everyone's favorite. Genlock.
That episode was bad.
It was ugly.
It didn't set me up for this season.
I found out the people animating it is the same animation company who did Dragon Prince.
Okay.
Which I can see the seams of where they're trying to take that animation engine of theirs and make it like Rooster Teeth's. But it's just they're not getting the right style.
Look, if you're gonna try and copy Rooster Teeth and you're struggling, just take away the budget.
Well, Rooster Teeth uses the Maya engine. It's just a completely different animation engine, and you can try to mimic it as much as you want, but it's just gonna look wrong, and it does look wrong.
It does.
And I would rather they just made it look unique and have it animated well than try to mimic Rooster Teeth's style and have it be less than impressive.
Okay, yeah. I still have hope for Genlock Season 2. I feel like they just picked up the script where they left off and they were like, okay, we need to dig ourselves out of this hole.
I think, yeah. Maybe it was just a bad first episode. Season 1 had a bad first episode.
Hey, that's a weird... If you haven't seen Genlock, or if you need a reminder, the first episode, the pilot, almost has nothing to do with the second episode.
It's so bad.
You don't even know what the first episode really is until, like, the 6th episode. Mm-hmm. And then you finally piece it all together, and you're like, why couldn't you have done that as a flashback?
Also, like, why do we spend, like, the entire episode on this, rather than, like, the first 5 minutes? Like, It did not need to be an episode-long thing.
All to explain that he's dead.
Yeah. Oops. The big issue that's happening currently with Genlock, though, is because of HBO Max and how it's doing it, no one else can watch it. It's just America. No one else, no Britain, no Canadian, no one else can get it. It's just America. I guess you could use a VPN, maybe. So if Rooster Teeth has like a deal for NordVPN, maybe they're trying to get you that way.
It's coming out weekly too, so you don't get to watch the whole season.
They're also doing a podcast after every episode
to explain why it's so shitty.
That's what my sister said. She said.
Did she watch it?
No, she doesn't have an HBO. She also doesn't care about it. She never watched season 1 either. But
get HBO Max. It's amazing.
She had a quote on Twitter, and it was why do we have this thing to talk about art? The art is the talking. So I don't understand why sit around and just have a podcast to be like, that was nice. Did you see that one scene? Look at the, wow. Like, a weekly podcast seems superfluous.
So, Raised by Wolves, that sci-fi that you hate so much you never let me finish.
I didn't hate it, and you could have finished it at any point in time.
I tried twice. I couldn't finish it. The concepts are really interesting. It's also on HBO Max. They did a weekly podcast, but that is such a sci-fi high concept.
Yeah.
I want to say fantasy, but there's some weird stuff going on in that show where it would make sense for Ridley Scott to come forward and talk to you about what his decisions were.
Yeah, explain like the thought process.
Yeah, the special effects, the costume design. I mean, there's a lot of cool things in there. That would make sense.
Genlock is not deep enough to warrant something like that.
Yeah, what? It's going to be like 30 minutes long?
If even. It's like that's between their 7 different ad breaks.
I was going to say the ad breaks really fill it in for you.
I have a bit of a conspiracy theory about their podcast that they're doing for Genlock. Because RWBY usually airs at this point in time in the year. And they delayed RWBY to actually make it good this time to next year.
I don't believe that.
What?
That it's going to be good.
Fingers crossed, man. But like high hopes, low expectations. But because they don't have anything happening right now, I bet their numbers are just plummeting. And they made this like RWBY spin-off thing that looks really ugly, and it looks really bad, and I bet they were hoping that would get them first memberships.
Are you talking about Ruby Chubby?
No.
Oh.
It's RWBY Fairy Tales or something like that.
What is that?
It's like they're just talking about like lore bullshit.
Oh, if you really needed to know.
They made a book of like supplemental material fairy tales. Like in-universe fairy tales.
Ooh, that rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah. It's like in-universe fairy tales. And now they're animating like 6 of those stories. And it just... I have the feeling like I have to. Because if it was something supplemental, and now they're making... like it's important enough to animate it, that means one of these stories is going to be important enough in the next season that I have to know it ahead of time. I just gotta do my RWBY homework.
Yeah. Oh, there is no Pokemon news.
No, there was nothing happened.
Again, for the second week.
Well, it comes out next week, right? No, the week after.
The week after, yeah.
So, yeah, like, they're not gonna announce anything
I've seen a lot of trailers.
I see IGN is desperately trying to talk about Pokemon, but have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we just gotta wait for it.
They're like, want to know about the Sinnoh starters? It's like, they're, 10 years old. I know about them.
I think it's really for the newer generation who gets to play this.
Probably. But, no, that was it. I think that's everything.
Yeah, I think that was it. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Click, like, subscribe,
Yeah.
talk to me, comment. I love responding.
Yep.
Are you gonna play those Netflix games?
If you can, who can with Android?
Yeah.
Are you gonna watch Clifford or the Eternals or anything?
Does Clifford even get you excited?
Any Garfield? Who do you want Chris Pratt to voice next?
If he can do all this voice work, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't they get him for the Guardians game?
Good question.
Because the guy who's playing him, I think, is appropriate.
Isn't it Troy Baker?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Which, I mean, if you're going to spend the money on Troy, you could also spend it on Chris.
Who knows, man?
Don't worry, I like Troy infinitely better.
Oh, yeah.
His Joker is amazing.
He's a really good voice actor. Maybe that's why they got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, any and all thoughts about anything we talked about in the podcast? Leave them in the comments.
Yeah.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It is important.
It tells us that you are interested.
Yeah.
Stop pandering. You guys have a good one. Bye.
Bye.